welcome back to day 2. Gold stars for everyone for still being here. Thank you so much for your messages yesterday. It was really lovely. Keep them coming. It's just nice to know that I'm not just doing this by myself. There is actually at least one person out there watching. I hope you all pulled up okay after yesterday. If you're from the UK, by the way, I just asked you if you recovered well, not if you pulled okay. Those are very different things, particularly as we're in quarantine. Great, so let's just get into it. Today we're going to be doing a bit more mobility and flexibility, a little bit of conditioning. On that, actually, as we go for many of the exercises, I'm going to give you like a graded option, sort of ones which are slightly more easier or which have got slightly more exertion. Please just work within your own limits. So as we track through along the weeks, we will be ramping it up a little bit, but for some of these things, you just need a certain amount of soft tissue strength, particularly around the joints, such as the shoulders and the hips and the knees and the elbows, even the wrists. So make sure that you take the option that suits your current fitness, just so that you can build up that strength first before we try harder things. You don't want to be both quarantined and injured, so that would suck. So let's crack on. Again, you can use your own playlist or you can follow mine. Probably should take my slippers off again. I get cold feet, that's why I leave the slippers on a little longer. Okay, so Lyndall's Luscious warm-ups, day 2 with Holocene by Bon Iver, starting 3, 2, 1, go. Lovely. Okay, great. So just find hip width apart again. So remember, a nice way of doing that is to find a foot width apart. When I say hip width, I'm actually talking about where the femurs come up and join into the pelvis. So not like Taylor's hips, sort of biological hip width. Again, if you want, you can just pick up your toes and just spread them out a little bit and have the feeling that they're spreading deep into the floor. Your heels can grow backwards and downwards into the floor. The head wants to passively rise towards the ceiling. Yesterday I talked about a magnet. Another nice image you could use is imagining you're a hot air balloon, so that your head is the balloon and then the strings go down to the basket, which is your hips, and then there's a rope attaching it to a stake that goes deep into the ground, and that's your feet and your legs, so that the feet are actually digging down deep into the ground. So just take a moment to find your center, soften the jaw, breathing deep into the belly, give yourself a nice round Buddha belly. The head's rising up, but the feet are sinking down. And put your hands where they're comfortable, maybe it's over the belly, maybe it's directly by your sides. I just want you to have the feeling that the ankles are starting to float away from the feet. And that the knees are starting to float away from the shins. And the pelvis is floating away from the thigh bones, the femur. The pelvis is floating away sideways as well. And the sacral spine is starting to float away from the pelvis. And then put your mind into every single vertebra and see if you can create a pocket of air where it's floating away from the one below it, each one going up. As you get to the thoracic spine where the ribs are, you can also imagine the ribs are starting to float away from the spine, and the head's floating away from the neck. Arm bones are floating away from the shoulder sockets. Forearms floating away from the elbow. Hands floating away from the wrist, and the fingers are getting nice and long. And again, just take your mind into the body and start to be curious as to where you have tensions and what you can do to release them. You might need to offer a word such as let go, or switch off, or melt. And you can have a curiosity when you try and release one area. Does that release somewhere else? Or in trying to release it, do you feel that someone else is starting to pull? Good. And just to have somewhere to get that tension going, or get it to go somewhere, sorry. You can imagine you're standing in a waterfall, the water's rushing past you, and all the stress and tension is you're rushing way deep into the floor. Good. Keep all that internal work going, and we're just going to imagine now we've got strings in our fingertips. Someone nice for us is pulling them forwards. Then our elbows become heavy, and then our wrists become heavy. So from side on, we're pulled forwards. Elbows are heavy, then the wrists are heavy. And merge that with the breath, so as you breathe in, and breathe out. Now you don't have to go in my rhythm, go in your own rhythm. But keep your awareness on the inside, softening the jaw, releasing the butt cheeks. And just that feeling of all the stress washing off you like you're in a waterfall. Or if you're like me, I like warm water in the shower. But not at a time when we have to pay expensive electricity bills. So actually let's just go back to the waterfall. It's warm. Go in your own rhythm, breathing in. And breathing out. So you can have the feeling the breath inflates the arms, and that's why they rise. And then as you drop them, the breath comes out of the body. Or the other way to look at it is as you draw the arms up, it draws the breath into the body and then releases out. Beautiful. Now at the bottom, we're just going to blossom out the hands. And we feel like we're sinking down as the fingertips rise up. We gather and wash down. Unclench your butt cheeks. So as the fingertips go up, the shoulder blades slide down the back and the shoulders sink and wash down. Neck nice and released, blossom, breathing in and wash down. And one more time. And down. Good, and the next time as we go up, now we're going to let it go all the way down to the ground. Blossom the hands at the bottom, and then the butt sinks down and that lets you rise up. Down. Breathing in. And wash down, breathing out. Again. Good. Next time at the bottom, I'm going to turn my hips so my belly button faces the wall. Then I sink the butt again and rise up. Turn to face the other wall and go down. So this movement's coming from the hips, not from the shoulders. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Sink the butt to rise. And down. And again. Beautiful. This time, reverse the direction. Turn the hips. Breathing out. Breathing in. And out. One more time. Beautiful. Breathe out. This time as you get down there, just hang over. Keep the knees nice and soft, head nice and heavy. And just start to work through the shoulders. If you're feeling comfortable, you can give very small bounces. Now we're going to breathe in and inflate the spine to bring us up. So we go up. And then breathe out. As you go down, the body folding out deflates the body. So it's like you're going to breathe in from the base of the spine, bring yourself up like a party streamer filling with air. And in out. One more time going up. And this time let the elbows float up. And the wrists as well. And then the fingertips. And then just start to reach like you're trying to reach something high with one hand and the other. Nice and gentle. Can't get it with that hand. Try that hand. Other hand. Other hand. Beautiful. Now both hands reaching up. Imagine there's strings on each of your joints. Now someone cuts the ones on the fingertips, then on the wrist, then on the elbows, then on the head. Then they bring them up one by one again. Keep the knees soft. And cut the strings again on the fingers, wrists, elbows, and the head. One more time, head goes up, elbows go up, wrists. And now imagine you're standing on next to a fence. I want you to put it up on your toes, put your fingertips over the fence, but let go. Now keep hanging. So you're still hanging, and then release. Good. Just give little bounces now. Good. And then bounce with the hips and the knees and the ankles so everything's nice and soft. Good. All right. Just start to open and close the hands. Like a very weird twinkle twinkle little star. All right. We're going to reach up. Engage between the shoulder blades and pull down with the traps. So pull down and release. Breathe out. Soften the knees. Make sure you're squeezing between the shoulder blades as you come down. And back up. And again. Good, relax that down. Now we're going to draw up like we're rowing. Still engage the shoulder blades. And relax. And again. Good. Now it's a little pop with the shoulders. So pop and then release. So there's only a muscle twitch on the way up. Go a little wider with the feet and start to rock from one side to the other. Good. Bring the fingertips up now as you do it. And one and the other. Start to get a bit more involved with the whole body. Good. Now we're going to go up and down. So we go 1, 2, 3, and back up. And down. And up. One more time. By that I mean 2 more times. And down. Good. And hands out. And down. Now go the other way, rolling forwards. And rolling back. And forwards. Good. Now Britney Spears down. That's from Tom Hodgson. Bit harder with the phone in the pocket, but let's roll through it. And again, bit lower. You don't have to rub your thighs if you don't want to. It's just, you know, gets the blood moving, something. All right, staying down there. And again with the shoulders. Rolling through. Hands out to the side and keep it going. So make sure your knees are over your toes. No, yes. And just walking from one side to the other. Smile through the burn. Good, coming up. All right, chest goes forward, center, back, center, forward, center, back, center, forward, center, back. And side to side. One more set. Take a wider stance again and circle the chest. I put my hand here because it seems to help to remind me to use just the center of the chest. Good, all right, hips and arms. Good, we're gonna do 2 and then a full circle. So we go 1, 2, circle. 1, 2, circle. Again, another good time for your flatmate to walk in. Good, all right. Bending one shoulder and up. And the other shoulder. Really stretch it. And again. And up. And down. Good, all right. We're gonna bend, go over, and then straighten. So this is a reach out, not over. Try and touch the walls, and release. And over, and straighten. Reaching from the outside blade of the tips to the fingertips. Outside blade of the foot, outside blade of the foot. Release. And over, and stretch. Keep going even though for me the music stopped. Good. And stretching again. And just let that roll down. And just popping up one hip then the other. Yes, urethra. That's on my playlist, just so you know. Good. Good. Just take this out into a down dog and start to walk through. And settle down the heels. Lifting the butt towards the ceiling, engaging the shoulder blades. Good, take the right foot and if you can, just stretch it up as far as you feel comfy. Here's fine as well, there's fine. But like a nice big yawn. If you're feeling comfy with that, you can bend the leg just to open up the hips. Good, bring you back. Just walk it through again. You can really start to bring the knees forward if you want, just to get a bit more of a stretch. And then the other foot now. As far as you feel comfy, stretch it up. And if you're feeling secure with this, then just let it drop over, open up the hips. Good. And start to put the knee across the body. So you're working, stretching through the lats. Good. Settle down on all fours and just work the wrists and the other way. Okay, on all fours. We're just going to rise up one hand, about an inch off the floor and then down. Keeping the arms straight. So you should engage through the core for this. Raise up and down. Now if you're feeling comfy with this, add in the opposite leg as well. So left arm, right foot, and down. And again, should be surprisingly hard work. One more set. Good. Okay, now we're going to lift ourselves, tuck the toes under, lift up the floor. If this is enough for you, good. If you want more work, pull your fingertips and your knees together. Should start to make you want to shake. Keep going. Keep going. And go down, just drop yourself into a child's pose. Just stretch that out. If you want to wiggle a little bit, do that. Good, back up again. And we're going to come up into all fours again. Lifting up, 2 steps tall forward, 2 steps back. Here we go. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and back. 2. Keep going even though for me the music is stopped. And back. 2. 1, 2, and back. Good. Back down onto a child's pose. Just creep the fingers over to the left-hand side and stretch. And over to the right-hand side and stretch. Good. Back into all fours. Going to reach out the left hand and back. And the right hand. Try and make the changeover as smooth as you possibly can. Now, if this is working for you, you want to do a little more. Then we're going to send out the foot at the same time by pointing the knee backwards, so the opposite foot, left hand, right foot. Make sure the back stays straight, engage your shoulder blades, reach. Now we're going to go half time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again, other side. And down. One more time each side. And down. Last time with the other hand or other hand and foot. And back down. Now I'm just going to go up again, but this time taking to diagonal. Hold it. Good. Back in and down. They're good. Again, either just single hand or single hand and foot. Up and to the diagonal. Good. Back in, down. Well done. Just going to wiggle up and down through the spine. And we're going to circle like we're a skipping rope round to the left. So your belly's doing a full circle. Beautiful, and then change directions. Couple more. Beautiful. Just shake out those wrists. This way. And then as Neil Buttle says, like Muppets. Good. All right. Tucking under into a push-up position. Now, if this is good enough for you to stay here, if you're feeling like you can, just reach out and arm back in again. And again, reaching out and down. Reaching out. Otherwise, you're just holding a plank. One more time, last arm. Good, and we're going to do a couple of nice push-ups with the elbows in. Engage your shoulder blades together. So, down and up. Please go on your knees if this is too much. 2 more, so knees is like this. And last one. Good, really nicely done. Just shake out those arms and stretch it out. I've got Will Smith playing just in case you're wondering why I'm bobbing like this. Go ahead and change. Alright, good. Let's just go onto an A-frame and just start to swing from side to side. Swing the arms. I'm just putting my thing back in my pocket. Swinging. There we go. Good. Just going now sort of more direct. So you're actually touching one foot than the other. Good. Bend the knees, rolling up. Good. Shake that all out. And I'm just going to do a little gentle hop from one side to the other. Use your arms as well. And make that double time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and again. This is all style aerobics now. Good. All right. Elbow to knee. Or as close as you can. Take it a bit further across the body. Good. All right. Neck. We're going to nod. And back the other way. Once again, like you're saying yes to a room full of people. And the other way. Now imagine you're following a dot that's doing a circle. If you want, you can put your hands on the hips, seems to make it easier. And go the other way. Good. All right, put your arm to the side and just gently, as you go down, drop the fingers. This is quite intense, so don't do it too hard. And again. Keep the knees nice and soft. And now change. . more. 7 and 8. Good. Legs a little wide. I'm just going to let yourself circle around. Okay, now do it, but keep your hips facing forward. So it's just your shoulders twisting. Don't go too far. You should get a gentle twist through the spine. Now keep your shoulders and head facing forward. Sorry, your hips and your head facing forward. Good. Take a slightly wider stance and just let that breeze out a little bit. So it's the momentum of the body that allows the arms to swing. Good. We should have, well, I've got Billy Elliot. I don't know who you've got. Good. Just going to start to get a swing. And make it a little lower. Let the arms be nice and released. So it's really your core that's moving. The arms are going along for the ride. Great. And now we're going to take them in a figure of 8. Nice and easy. You should feel quite like you're letting this movement come from the center of the spine. There's no tension through the arms. Go the other way. Like you want to chuck away a ball that you don't want. Keep the tempo up. Good. This movement's from Tom Hodgson. It's great for working out the arms. There we go. Get the music. Really bend over into it. Good. All right. Keep the legs nice and wide. We're going chicken backstroke. So let this movement come from the pectoral muscles. If it's too fast, just go slower. That's fine. And going forward. Chicken freestyle. Again, if it's too fast, go half time. Keep staying with this, but bend right over. Like you're trying to dig in the ground with the elbows. Really work with the pectoral muscles, the whole of the shoulder blades. And we're going to go as fast as we can. Go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. All right. Jump in. Wait for the music. Oh, I've got music. And to the side. Left foot in front. Don't slip over, please. Same again. 8. And wide. And left foot in front. And right foot. For 4 jumps. Oh no, my music's on again. Good. And for 2. Okay, now we're going to go for 1 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Good. All right. Just reach up. The hands will cross over like this. Go above your head. Using the thorax, just do circles. Tiny, tiny circles. Only go as far forward as you can go back. That's it. So don't do this. Just tiny circles in the ceiling. And the other way. Knees nice and soft. Just let the breath steady. Breathe deep. Good. Change the arms over the opposite way. So the arms are bracing the head straight up. Don't let it bend forwards. Good. Change the direction of that. Really good. Good. Bring it down, shake it out. I'm just going to go arms long and then bent. You can change the orientation of this. Really nice. I'm saying that out of habit. I can't see you, but I'm presuming you're really nice. All right, cool. Just bend forward, sending the butt, but spread out of the Back straight, then bend and come up. So you're reaching out, and then bend the knees, roll up. Couple more times. And up. Last time. Beautiful. All right, just come down to your knees. I hope this is okay with your knees. I just want you to rock your pelvis forwards and back. You should get a stretch in a flexor. Really good. Then just reach up and bend over to the side of the leg that's up. And you should be getting a stretch down in this area here. Beautiful. And just change sides. And again, pelvis forward and back to get a gentle stretch in the flexor. Doesn't have to be too intense. Beautiful. And reaching up, bending over towards the side that's up. Good. Just this front leg. Bring it up. For the moment, I don't care what you do with this foot, whether you point it or flex it. Bring your chest forwards and over until you find a stretch along here. Don't overstretch. Remember, go above your limit. Breathe, let yourself relax. Now, if you can reach your foot, then you are welcome to pull up gently. Beautiful. Use your hands to change over, or change over however you please. And straighten, bend. Chest forward and up. Consciously relax the area where you're stretching. Don't try and force it. If you can reach your foot, you may pull back. Beautiful. Just come into sitting. Take the legs into a big diamond and just lean forwards. Put your elbows into your knees and wiggle. You should be stretching at the back of the glutes here. If you're not, send the belly button up and forwards and push down more, like you're trying to almost get your chin past your toes and wiggle them into the floor. My playlist is just ending now. I don't know how about yours. And then, so I'll just take this off. And then just bring the knees, the heels in towards the pelvis. However far this is fine, just want little butterfly flutters. If you can go lower, that's fine as well. Don't hunch to try and make this. Make sure you're stretching up. So with all these, it's not about how far you go. You want to have the correct alignment while you do it. So just go until you find a stretch. And then just to finish up, just keep the right leg tucked underneath. Put the left leg on top. Put your right elbow over the top. And then what you want to do is stretch up tall and look behind you. And just breathe. You're going to feel the stretch either in your glutes. You might feel it across your back. It'll depend how tight you are. If this doesn't work for your knees, you can keep this bottom leg straight. Now, the best way, you can just change this by doing this, but the best way to change out of the stretch, turn around the opposite direction, put your hands underneath, pick yourself up on your feet, tuck that left knee underneath, and you'll come back on the other side. You're welcome. And stretch over the top. Beautiful. Half an hour goes so quickly. So that's today's. Yeah, actually let's just stretch out the belly super quick. So just go into a cobra, just like this. Don't overstretch the spine too much, and to increase the stretch, pull the fingertips towards the belly and make sure the neck is lengthening out. Good. And then just one final child's pose just to relax. Well done. So yeah, we're going to start to move through. Each day we'll have a sort of a certain theme as we're moving forward, whether it's core, legs, arms, flexibility. The idea is that I want to take you on a bit of a curve through the week. So if you miss a day, it's probably better that you go back to the previous day. Don't sort of jump forward to keep up. just so we can get the interim training. Keep sending me your messages of hi because they're really lovely, and thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.